So good morning everyone. Myself Poonam Chobe, Assistant Professor in IT Department, SIRT. So here we will learn about the programming in Android programming language. Okay. So today's topic is the UI control in the Android programming system. So let's see about the topic.
So let's start. In the previous slide, we have learned about the UI control and descriptions. Okay, UI control. What is the UI control? A user interface control. It is called a visual element on a computer screen that helps the humans to interact with the underlying software. In addition to being visual elements, the UI control are the technical building blocks with predefined attributes, methods, and values that establish a consistent visualization and interaction. So you can see in the diagram also, and we have learned and we have discussed about it before in the previous slide. Okay, so we will go through the further slide. Let's start. We will see the buttons. So we have seen before the image button and the toggle button, right? So now we will see the radio button. What is the radio button? So from the definition, we can say you can see in the screen. The radio button in Android is the one that has only two possible states that are either checked or unchecked. It means the radio button is a type of button which shows the probability of checked or unchecked. Okay, initially it is in the unchecked state. Once it's checked, it can't be unchecked. It means initial state of the radio button is what? It is unchecked state. It means when it is unchecked, it is the initial stage of radio button. And when it is, you will tick on the check and you will tick on it, then it can't be unchecked. It is called the radio button. It used in various quizzes, questions, and in the other form of the multiple choice questions. Okay, so in the next slide we will see checkbox. The use of checkbox. A checkbox is the UI control that has two states that are either checked or unchecked. If we have a group of checkbox, we can select as many as we want, unlike the radio group. Okay, so what we can see in the diagram, here you can see there is a enable feature of ABC and the enable feature of XYZ and the enable feature of WWW. So we can check if we want what in the second option. Then we check enable features. If we want to tick the enable features of ABC, then we will tick on the checkbox on the first row. And if we want enable features of WWW, then we will tick on the enable features WWW. So checkbox is types of a UI control that has the two states, similarly as the before. If either it is checked or it is unchecked. So if you want to check one option, then you will tick. And if you don't want to check the option, you have unchecked. Okay, so two blocks are here in this stage of checkbox UI control. So in the next slide, we will again see the bars. What is the bars? Bar is the type of the you can say we can see in the example in the here, bar means it is a block, the types of similar type of block. In the form of block, it is called the bar. Such as the we have before learned in the math section, there are the rectangles. So in the computer, we can see the bar is like the rectangle, horizontal, rectangle. So by the definition, we can see progress bar. Progress bar, what is progress bar? In Android, we have a progress bar that shows the progress of some actions that is happening, like pasting file to some location. A progress bar can be in two modes, determinate mode or indeterminate mode. Okay, so firstly, we can see the definition. We will discuss about the definition. The simple, what is the progress bar? In the Android, by the definition, we can say the progress bar, it is a type of bar that shows the progress of some action. For example, if you want to copy a song or a sheet or an Excel sheet or your document from one file to another file on the computer, so what you will do? You will copy and then paste it into the another drive. And suppose you want to copy your file from the C drive, and on the another stage you want to paste it on the another file folder, such as the D drive, yeah, D folder. So you will copy your file and then you will paste again to the tree into the D drive. So when you will see a green light, you know, a green light moving left to right, it means it is pasting the folder. So what is this? This is the progress bar. So you can see in the diagram also here, the progress bar value 880 start. Here is the two buttons also, start and the stop. When you will click in the start, your copying process will start, and you will click when stop button, then your copying process would be stop. Okay, so progress bar, simply we can say here is the green portion. Green portion means the process is on progress, your copy is on progress. And the what is the bar? This triangle, this rectangle, sorry, is called the bar. You know, it shows the bar symbol. Determinate mode, it has two types, determinate modes and indeterminate mode. So what is this? By definition, we will read in this, the progress is shown with the percent of action completed. Also, the time to be taken is already determined. And in the indeterminate mode, in this there is no idea of when the task would be completed. Therefore, it functions continuously. So what we will say, in the determinate mode, we can say when we copy, when we copy our file or anything from one folder to another folder, and it will be copying in the action of percent, in the symbol of percent, then what it would be called? Then it would be called the determinate mode. Determinated matlab means you can see the action in the form of percent, means 10% completed, 20% completed, 100% completed. And in the indeterminate mode, what you can see? You can see your task would be completed, there is no idea, means there is no percentage shown in the progress. Okay, when you will copy your folder, when you will copy your Excel sheet or anything, one folder to another folder, you can't see what is the progress of copying, what is the speed of copy, what is the progress, how many times left to copy. You can't see in the indeterminate mode. But the determinate mode, you can see the percentage of action, like 10% your file copying, 10% completed, 50% completed, and the last 100% completed when the progress is fulfilled. Okay, so you can say, you can see the same example in your mobile phone easily. On the mobile phone, you have a battery option on the top of the mobile, you can see, right? So When you will charge your mobile, what you will see? You can see your mobiles, how many percentage of your battery is charged. You can see. Okay. So this is what? This is the determination mode of your battery. And in determination mode, then when you can't see how many percentage of battery has charged. Okay. It is called the indetermination mode. Right. So clear? Here is the example of determination mode and indetermination mode. Spinner. Next is spinner. What is the spinner? Spinner is in Android is a user interface that is used to select a particular option from a list of given options. Spinner in Android is the same as the drop-down in HTML. It provides us with a faster way to select an option of our choice. When we click on the down arrow, it shows a list of values from which we can select one. So from the definition, what you can say, we can say the spinner. What is the spinner? Simply, a spinner is a roller, like a roller. It's called the spinner. Which can roll, which can move up and down. It is simply called the spinner. So the spinner is an Android. Android means spinner. What is the spinner? It is a user interface that is used to select a particular option from list. If in the example we can understand easily with this picture or this example. You can see in the example there is the time. Here is the time 1:15 p.m. Below here is the button of OK. Okay, in the system. So we can select 1 or 2 here by this drop down arrows. Okay, we can select the 1:25 by this drop down arrows. We can select the AM or the PM according to the time. If according to the drop down arrows. Okay, we can move up and down. So what is this? This arrows of up and down is called the spinner in the Android. In this diagram, we can select 2, 3, 4, which entity we want. We can select by the drop down arrow. If we want to select 2, then we have to click on upward arrow. And when we have to select the 0 and below the numbers below the 1, then what will we do? We will select the drop down arrow. Okay. So upward arrow shows the increasing order and downward arrow shows the decreasing order of the spinners. Okay, so spinner is basically the roller or the converter or the बोल सकते हैं, it is a simply roller which can show the time, which can show the options, है ना, so many things we can do by the spinners. So here is the simple example of a spinner is the in the form of time. So we can see here is the time is 1:15 p.m. If I want to select 1:20, then I will go to second 15 and then what I will do? We will go to arrows and set it on 20. And if I want to do PM to AM, then I will go to the arrow and what I will select? I will select the AM in the place of the PM and then I will put my cursor to OK button. So here is the basically simple example of a spinner. So these are the all over the UI controls and their description of Android. Okay. So thank you so much.
So all of you, thank you for listening. Stay tuned and keep learning with the SIRT Bhopal. Thank you so much.